production.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, man.
Juice in the blunt for breakfast while I read the paper. Gonna hit the block. See some paper.
Come on now. We are the digital newspaper fellas. Me, myself, my name Hard to Start JD. I got my big bro Bogey in the building and our main man Slim. We are the digital newspaper fellas. 100%. How your morning starting off, big bro?
Man, you already know it's that Monday morning mentality. Slow motion in the big old ocean, trying to stay afloat. All those good things. You know what I mean?
Come on now, we treading water through these rough waters that they stay trying to have shaken up around here. But as long as you stay treading water, you will see the island, or you will see that big ship that's gonna reel you in, or you just gonna climb up. And you know what I mean? It's just like the ladder of life, 100%. My mama. And today is Monday. We are back to regular scheduled program, and not, you know what I mean, for the 9-to-5ers, you know what I mean, they had the 3-day weekend. So hopefully your work week fly by, and you know what I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. And special shout out to Mimi Tings. It's her 4th birthday today. You know
Happy birthday, little mama.
Yeah, you know what I mean? She definitely woke up this morning, threw a tantrum, and it's her party, and she can cry if she wants to.
That's what I was just gonna say. Oh, everything. Cause Kev's birthday right around the corner too. You know
what's funny? Okay, look at this. This is funny because now it's 2 years in a row, right? I'll text Cuzzo Kev, and this is just 2 days ago. So 2 years in a row on this day, I text him, "Happy birthday, Kev." And he said, "Oh man, it's on the 12th." And I remember he did the same thing. I did the same thing last year. But shout out to my man K-Dog, my man Kev from our crew, from our label, because it's his birthday. He's the Kev, and I always confuse the two. And I always did so, but then I realized it yesterday because they put it in the thread yesterday, like, "Oh, happy birthday, K-Dog." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's what I've been doing the last 2 years somewhere across the Kevs." You know what I mean? But yeah, Kev is at the 12th, right? Cuzzo Kev.
Shout out to both of the Kevs, man, 100%. And shout out to Bogey's baby girl Mimi, man, 100%.
Yeah.
Out of the squad, man.
Gemini's in this thing.
Gemini's, it's their season, man. Shout out to the whole Gemini's, 100%, man. It's y'all year. I mean, it's y'all season, 100%. It's summertime, man. Man, this is the time to be outside, man. What a time to be alive, man. 100%.
Yeah, definitely is a wonderful time to be alive. We have some of the coolest podcasts that no one will ever hear or see because they happen candidly before the shows. We were definitely talking about some old war stories, and it is pretty cool that we're around to even talk about those stories. You know what I mean?
Them is facts, and
be able to learn from them, and be able to just the evolution of man. And when you see OJ and a blunt for breakfast, and then shout out to our man Slim, when you see us three brothers on this thing, we are the epitome of the evolution of man.
Them is facts.
You guys just don't know it.
Oh my mama. 100%. And you know what I mean? That's the main thing right now is just, growth in life, just growth in any aspect of your life is necessary. 100%. Don't be afraid of
room for growth.
Oh my mama, don't be afraid of change. 100%, because nothing lasts forever. You know what I mean? And it's good to shake shit up. You know what I mean? The unknown is what should keep us going. 100%. You know what I mean? So, and I'm, I shouldn't be, I'm preaching to the choir because I'm, it's a lot of unknown going on in my shit, especially with my daily routine. 100%. So, I'm trying to go through it. And, I'll be having to try and balance the ups and downs because the shit be getting to me, 100%. But the main thing, bruh, is just stay pushing forward. You know what I mean? That way, you know what I mean?
Ups and downs, smiles and frowns.
Oh, no, that's
Walk with me.
That's one of the hardest songs there is. Oh my mama.
That is probably one of the coldest Snoop songs.
What album is that?
I have no idea, but that's the song that's one of on my playlist. I don't have I like the classic Snoops. You know, I'm not the biggest Snoop fan like that.
Right.
Like I like, you know, the homies ain't no fun. I like you know,
the Dead Fro Snoop.
I like the Doggy Style Snoop. Pause. That sounded really wrong. Yeah. And the other day, I thought it was so gold, but I don't think anyone picked up on it. I was like, I had 5 Guys today. It was all right. Pause.
5 Guys is fire though. Pause.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Crazy.
Because listen, I haven't had 5 Guys in hell long. Because like
peanut oil. Everything is in peanut oil.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why. Because the kids can't. You know, the 2 of my kids they have crazy peanut allergies. At least 2 for sure.
Oh, I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, my so this is really sad. My oldest, right? This is the first child, so we didn't know. You know, we didn't do like allergy tests, shit like that. She would have eczema all the time, and we got videos of her as a 2-year-old. Deja, what's your favorite food? Peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, wow.
We didn't know that she had a decent enough. It's not even mild, but it's not super bad. But she definitely had. My second oldest, hers is the extreme, like where you gotta have the wristband,
Oh, wow.
She can't be. Yeah, you know what I mean. You gotta have the EpiPen. You know what I mean? Anytime at school, you have the EpiPen with the nurses that you have to fucking check the
So
shit.
my cousin that me and her is raised like brother and sister. She's allergic to bee stings. You know what I mean? So when
my big sister is.
She ever got stung by a bee? She had that motherfucking kit as we was kids, and she had to.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it's funny. I'm not gonna say no names, right? But the homegirl, right? She's mad allergic to hella shit. And when the EpiPens, they get expired every year. And you have to go, you know, year 3 insurance, they'll give you another one. So she said whenever it's about to expire, she just uses it. She's like, feels hella good. I'm like, hey, you're a fucking drug addict. I like Burger. Give me one of them. Let me see what it's talking about. Yeah.
Cold world. Oh, come on now. Hey, we got Ear to the Streets in the building. Top of the morning, big bro. Or good afternoon, big bro.
What's up, Ear? Yeah, it's the OJ and the brunch.
Come on, facts, 100%. You ain't never lied about that. Oh my mama. We got King D in the building. What's up, big bro?
What's happening, King? Top of the afternoon.
Oh my mama.
Or almost, I guess.
We got Bakes in the building. What's up, big bro?
What's up, Big Bakes? Oh shit! I wonder if it circled back around on me.
Oh, in the Brotherhood of the Sith.
Yes.
Come on now. Hey, how many more people we need for the 32 league?
5? I have like 12 maybes that I've been shuffling through. But like I know one of the last ones we reached out to that looks like he's gonna join, and he's is Slim's boy. So I think we have, and I need to get with 7 because I'm pretty sure 7. I keep forgetting that every time I remember. Remind me. But you know what? Drop the link in the 3-man. The me, you, and Seb.
All right. Hell yeah.
In our chat.
Oh my man, I'm gonna do that now. We got Derek in the building. What's up, big bro?
What's up, Derek?
He said salute JD and Bogey, 100%. Salute Lee. Salute King D. Got that real ID on deck in 2 weeks. We ready. We ready. Come on now. Oh, everything. That's right, Derek. Oh, my mama. Vegas the Vegas countdown is real.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I'm about to I got to schedule my woo wop for next Monday, because we scheduled that 2 times. I rescheduled my shit already because the Mondays is like the only days I can really do shit. But then it's like also days like we have other shit planned. Like man, I had my little 40-year-old woo wop 2 weeks ago, and I had the same day, and I had to reschedule a whole nother one. Like that one was the bitch. So yeah, that's next Monday. So let's hopefully I'll finally get this underway.
Come on now.
Yeah, I told my lady, I was like, you need to schedule your shit. I was like, don't play with the game. He
100%.
flying the week after me.
That's why I'm glad I got my shit, my motherfucking passport, because I've been lazy on that fucking real ID shit.
I mean, shit. One thing that worries me is that Dennis, he's been waiting 6 weeks for his now. They told him
real ID.
Yeah, they said it could be anywhere from 6 to 12. That's what they told him. And I was like,
he'll be all right, though, as long as he already got
3 months.
But see, he got the application in, so that motherfucker gonna be here before it's time to get on that flight.
Hey, look, if I gotta go 2 hours before this motherfucker, I'm not tripping. I'll pop some fucking little shrooms and I just wait in that motherfucker airport.
It might be easier to get your passport if they tripping off if the lines is too long.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend like $400. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm not planning on traveling the country now. You know what? I ain't gonna lie.
$60.
How much is it?
It's $160. And you can pay an extra like 40 or 50 to get it.
I don't know why. I don't know why I was thinking it was gonna cost me like $300-$400.
I don't know. And when you renewing it, because I just renewed my shit last year before I did Puerto Vallarta, whatever the fuck it's called.
You legally changed my name to Bogard scot-free.
100% on my mama.
Before I do this.
Yeah, hey, the passport is cheaper than the motherfucker, bro. Oh my mama. And you can
remember they looked at McLovin's joint in Superbad? McLovin.
What? You got a one name?
He's like, what do you steal?
What is this?
He said, what do you steal?
Everything.
He does say it like Madonna's, you know, she got one name, you know what I mean?
McLovin. Nigga, what?
McLovin.
Oh my mama. That shit is crazy. Oh, Derek said the real ID only $11. The hot 11.
See, limb.
You just got to make sure you get up done.
7-4.
Oh my mama, come on now. Lions falling apart this season. We got Brandon in the building. What's up, Brandon?
I said 7-4. You can't even roll a 7-4.
6-5. That's it. Out the come out.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Out the gate. Oh my mama. Brandon said, not gonna lie, if the Lions had any faith in their defense and didn't offside kick to the Commanders, they probably could have won on everything. You've been doing some deep diving into this Lions, what's going on with them.
I mean, they started to kind of come back in that game, but then once they onside kicked them, it was a wrap. It was like they didn't have faith in their defense. So
I mean, you know, that's up Dan Campbell's thing. He was always going on in for fourth down the year they lost to us in this NFC Championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he decides to change it right there.
100%.
I'm so glad he decided to kick that field goal right there at the end.
Come on now. We took that 3.
That kept us in range.
100%.
It would have been demoralizing going into that half, like with a fucking 3 touchdown deficit.
Derek said, bro, that John, bro, in New Jersey, that John is 3 months out. I scheduled that John 3 months ago and went to my appointment today. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, think about how backed up it is if people, because like he lives in the tri-state, people is traveling for business routinely. So imagine just like how crazy it was to get a fucking real ID right now.
We got JB in the building. What's going on, big bro?
What's up? Stay tuned.
He said that after his appointment, it should only take about 2 weeks to come in the mail.
Yeah, maybe I need to tell Dennis, man, you just gotta look into the goddamn you know what I mean? The mail or something. Maybe it got misplaced in that joint. Because he said he's been waiting for 6 weeks. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's
Minnesota. Step it up, Minnesota.
Come on now. 100%. Let's switch over to the GWN. Oh, my bad. It canceled Big Bro out. Let's get in here. Let's play a message from our sponsor and let y'all know that the motherfucking Playmakers is back. 100%.
Yeah. And it is the very last day of our big 40% off the entire site sale. And I think it only lasts till about 2. Is it 2 o'clock West Coast time, or is it 3 o'clock? I think it might be 3 o'clock Central time. So we're down to the last little bitty hours here. Be sure to utilize the $13 sale on the regular and classic tees, $18 sale on the regular and classic tees for the front and back wop. So yeah, definitely take advantage. I got a bunch of stuff in the car. I got to definitely hit the button right now. I got to decide on a couple designs right here. But yes, definitely neonpeacockmerch.com.
Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Hit 'em with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need a watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, we living that. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Could be one sitting in the pocket. I like to dip and dunk, but I rock it. Money, money, money is the topic. Win, win, win.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Man, go run it up real fast before that fucking sale ends. 100%. And Playmakers is back, man. We make plays every day, back 100%. Make sure get locked in with the GWN, man. We are taking over these fantasy football streets and these YouTube streets, man. Come on now, 100%, man. Oh my mama. This first story, oh damn it. This first story is near and dear to my heart, even though that's probably not the right words to say, but hey, fuck it. It is what it is, man. 100%. So I should have got these niggas on the podcast. I should have got the sponsorship when I could, because I probably could have kept these niggas alive. So get into it, Bo. Watch this shit, man.
Okay.
Popular Sacramento brewery closing today after 13 years in business. The company made the announcement this morning on social media and didn't give a reason for the closure. The announcement comes as a shock to staff and longtime customers.
They've been part of the community for a very long time, so it's heartbreaking.
Track 7 has locations in Curtis Park and Natomas.
No.
For the closure, the business has faced some legal issues in the past. KCRA3's Peyton Headley has details on that and reaction from employees and customers who have mixed feelings about this sudden closure.
This is the impromptu going away party staff and regulars of Curtis Park's Track 7 location had on Saturday afternoon.
This is heartbreaking news for us to hear.
The brewery's abrupt closure came as a shock to regulars like Miguel Guillen, especially as a member of their prepaid year-long membership.
We feel like family. We've known them for years.
He saw the closure posted on their Instagram. Others at the Natomas location didn't get the news until they pulled up to the building.
They texted us last night at 10:30 p.m. and then they said, if you can come at 10 a.m. tomorrow, great. If not, we'll fill you in.
Sierra Alvarez, manager of the Curtis Park location, says all staff learned about the closure Saturday morning.
We were all given our final checks. PTO for me and floating holidays were all paid out. Everybody was paid out. And that's it.
But Alvarez said the reason for the closure wasn't necessarily clear.
They said that they've been trying to keep the tap room open over the last year. They did the best that they could with what they were doing, and it is what it is.
In the last 6 years, the company has been named in connection with 2 court cases. In February 2019, 2 of Track 7's co-founders sued the company's other co-founders and investors, alleging wrongful termination, sexual harassment, and retaliation. That case was dismissed in January 2021 before trial. In March, a woman sued Track 7, alleging the company failed to post wet floor signs during a rainstorm. She claimed she slipped and fell as a result, causing immense medical damages. The next hearing in that case is scheduled for January 2026.
I don't know what's happening with the brewery, but I know that my tenure here is done, and I love it here.
Even as the door closes, Alvarez says she's grateful for her time with Track 7 and the community it created.
It's a big loss not only for Track 7, but it's a big loss for Sacramento.
I mean, obviously it's
Hey,
severe,
her
but the
voice
people
is
that
slurring
made
like a
difference-
mom.
In Sacramento, Peyton Headley, KCRA 3 News.
It's about the people. The company's website is no longer.
Oh, bro, that shit hurt my feelings, dog.
Yeah, I'm hurt for you. I'm like, you always pull up on with the Track 7. Like, so they said it's financial?
Man, bro, so they said the first case got threw out against the co-founders. I guess it was a set of co-founders against the other but this my first time hearing about this shit, bro. Oh my mama, I ain't gonna lie, I think this shit popped up yesterday on my feed.
It's like for example, like I'm pretty sure you're holding a Track 7 in your Simpsons design, right?
Come on now.
You feel me?
The details, big bro. Hey, neonpeacockmerch.com.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, and definitely utilize that sale, y'all. 40% off. This is the last day. I think we only have a few hours left. I think it might have been. I'm hoping it's not 2:00 Central Time, because I mean, by it's already over. Okay.
She was drunk as hell. Them is facts, Derek. Oh my mama, I'm trying to get like her.
Okay.
R.I.P. 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 I just killed the club. Oh my mama, man. Hey, shout out to Track 7. That shit crazy. That shit hurt my feelings, dog. Oh my mama.
I mean, shit, you ain't. As long as I've been rocking with you, you had a Track 7 in your
damn near the whole podcast life. We 6 years in as the Heart to Start 2019, and probably since the pandemic, maybe 2021. That's when maybe 2022. I don't know. Fuck it. But shout out to the Track 7, bro. Oh my mama.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I mean, because even like it's been a minute too, because it's been many moons since Peacock has put the sauce down.
Shout out to Peacock.
Yeah, shout out to Peacock, man. He's one of the strongest individuals I've ever met. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome. But anyways, I remember, because he was having all the different IPAs. Oh shit, hold on. And you would always be like, the Track 7's my shit.
Track 7's on my mama. I gotta bring some to Vegas, so I might have to go get some and just tuck them bitches. I need to get a left eye. The left eye, right eye is like the 9%, 8.5%. The joints that I drink, the motherfucking Panics, these is a 7, I think, or a 6.5. Well, they are 7. You know what I mean?
So on that set. Hey, old girl, she was on a 9% for sure.
Yeah, that's what she was on. Oh my mama.
Track 7.
They had some special sauce.
So great.
Oh my mama, Cold World. She was slipping like
what was it? I think it was like, I don't really fuck with the Kevin Hart shit, like the later shit, but I remember early on he was funny as a mother. But like he had this one skit or this one bit where he was talking about, he's like, when women be drunk, they think they're sexy. She's like, Kev, put your dick out. He's like, we're at 7-Eleven right now. Yeah, put your dick on the counter. We're at 7-Eleven, babe.
Oh my mama. Pineapples. That word is stupid. Oh my mama. Pineapples. Real talk, bro. That shit is crazy. Oh my mama talking about you gonna learn today just swinging through Paul.
You gonna learn today. Oh yeah, every time I see a Paul, I think of that shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
You gonna learn today. Threw him in the pool.
Come on.
Then he said when he almost drowned and he had to rescue him, and then he said they're in the car. He's like, "We almost lost you today, huh?" It's just like,
hey,
we almost lost me today. You threw me in there, motherfucker.
Oh my mama. Let me tell you.
How you learn?
Yeah. Kevin Hart's a cold dude. Oh, everything. I like when him and Shaq get together, bro. Oh, everything. They was roasting them when Kevin Hart hosted the All-Star game this year, but that shit had me lightweight dying though, because he was saying some shit he shouldn't have been saying, and you got that on live TV, 100%. Oh,
hey, okay. Hey, I'll tell you this much, Kev. He was the first one. Like, Remember that old ass footage with when he's in there with Diddy and Usher, remember?
Ah,
Hold on.
Exactly what you talking about.
Hold on, I don't want to be anywhere in the scene where I'm on a bed with Diddy. Hold on. Make sure the cameras show that I'm not anywhere near Diddy on the bed.
Bruh, everything. He was like, y'all used to wrestle for cereal in the bed?
You know, hold on. Did anybody hear what Puff just said?
Oh, my mama.
What the fuck?
Real talk.
Hold on real quick. What's up,
Oh, my mama, yeah, nah. Kevin Hart been known to stay away from bruh in the shenanigans. 100%. Yeah, man. That
You didn't put a birthday, you didn't change it to a birthday outfit, you're still wearing pajamas?
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, say thank you.
Birthday, mama.
Say thank you. How old are you? How old are you? Don't touch anything here. This is daddy's area. How old are you?
You look like you 7. Are you 7?
How old are you?
Are you 8?
Oh, now you want to get shy.
What about 6? What about 5?
No, don't whisper it. I'm whispering to give you the answer. Say, I'm 4 years old. I'm 4 years old.
You 4 today? Uh-oh.
Yeah. You know what that means, right? It's time to get a job. You gotta start putting your weight around here. Putting your own weight around here. You know what I mean? This is inflation. You know what I mean? We had to all start getting this back. Hold on, no, don't touch that. That's the wire.
We need some help on the we need some help on the podcast.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Derek said, "Happy birthday, little Bo."
Hey, thank you.
Oh, every day. Yeah, man. Big celebrations, man. 100%. Oh, my mama. 5/1/25. Let's get it, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the Geminis that's tuned in, that will tune in, or you know what I mean, that is already locked in 100%, man.
Yeah, my mom's is a Gemini. And then like my girls, a couple of my girls' best friends are Gemini. They love me. Gemini women love me. I argue as fuck with Gemini men. Hold on, I'll be right back.
That's me and Cuzzo. Everything we got fantasy football beat. Oh, everything. Shout out to Cuzzo Kev. He right around the corner. Oh, my mama, man. Them is facts. Pac birthday in June. Excuse me. On everything. But yeah, though, man, that track 7, that shit hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie, that's RIP. I never got a chance to go to none of the breweries. And like they said, the Curtis Park one in the story, y'all, I could walk to that bitch. It'd be like a 20-minute walk, but it'd be worth the walk because you ain't, you going over there to go have some relaxation time 100%. So you definitely don't want to get behind the wheel. So, a 20-minute walk ain't shit, especially when the weather feeling good 100%. I never got to go over there. Then the one that they said is in the Thomas, when I was stationed at my job in the North area, that motherfucker was right there, but I wasn't finna go over there right after work. Oh, everything. Even though I have had opportunities to go with some of the rallies after work, I never did it on my mama. Now I'm madder than a motherfucker, brother. Because they say they be having fat food trucks out there and shit. It's a nice ass vibe. They talking about the track 7 is a little community. I'm mad that I never got to go meet none of my rallies. Them is my rallies. The track 7 community, that's my rallies. Because like I said, man, I've been drinking this shit for a long motherfucking time, dog. 100%. Yeah, that shit hurt my motherfucking feelings, man. I ain't gonna lie. This next story we got, it's gonna be 2 different news clips. It's about some shit. I want to say it's in Missouri and Illinois, because it kind of like cross state border or something like that, but it's some police cover up like type shit. And so we're gonna give Bo a chance to watch both of these, because I was telling him behind the scenes about how this shit was, and I was trying to find some more old stories leading up to the story that I had just found. So I haven't shown him this one, and it's not that old. It's not that too long ago. So like I said, I couldn't find some of the original shit, but we're going to give him a chance. Let's go ahead and play one of my favorite songs, Brian. We'll be right back.
Try Trying to sit on top of the food chain. You know it's off top how we do things. I'm just trying to ball like Bruce Wayne. Move weight, move weight. Trying to sit on top of the food chain. You know it's off top how we do things. I'm just trying to ball like Bruce Wayne. Scott, out in Gotham City, clocking plenty, this ain't a new thing. Pockets full of Benny with the blue face. Got them envy when they see me in that new thing. So you know I keep a semi with the blue flame. My crew deeper than a Wu-Tang. And it ain't no secret that we move things. Out the east where we lace like some shoestrings. Get up on your top like a toupee. Never bite the hand that feed you in the food chain. Cause we'll come and eat you for some loose change. Call me Scott Dillinger. I stay firing on all cylinders. I'm praying God with us, but I'm saturated in sin. Since I lost my innocence, all we do is keep it moving. About money like a motherfucking Jewish.
Yes, sir. That's that shit right there. Come on now. Visuals by Peacock, 100%. You know, this slap brought to you by Bogard Scott Free. Oh, my mama. Oh, everything. Let's get into it. We'll run it back once Big Brad when he pulled back up. There's some shit right here. Let me get my notepad out just in case I got to take some notes on this shit. Because like I said, I was just trying to dig through the archives and I ain't real too familiar with this motherfucker my damn self. I'm trying to write something up as well. I mean, here we go. Let's get into it. Motherfucking pen at. Okay. Big bro pulled up, bro. You pulled up right in time, dog.
Yeah.
The grieving the suspected foul play in the death
corn dogs
of Mueller in Pike County, Missouri. Now the police chief there says she was right about that. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes reports the Bowling Green chief believes sheriff's deputies helped hide the truth.
My son took care of his daughter.
Nate Mueller's mother, surrounded by family and friends outside the Pike County Courthouse as Bowling Green's police chief delivered a bombshell.
The family deserves the truth about what happened to their son.
23-year-old Nathaniel Mueller, who was pursuing a dream as a fitness influencer.
This is what I want to do, is help others achieve their goals.
He disappeared mysteriously this past December, then was found dead February 28th in a pond. We interviewed Mueller's godmother, Ashley Ashby, Thursday.
There's somebody out here that knows what happened.
Friday, Police Chief Colonel Ty Bounds confirmed Ashby's suspicions, calling out other cops.
It is clear that the Pike County Sheriff's Office knew of the location of Mueller's body for a month prior to the discovery of his remains.
Bounds says he found out while analyzing robbery suspects' cell phones, finding unsettling text messages connected to Mueller's disappearance.
And we were able to uncover a close, intimate relationship between one of the suspects in the robbery and a high-ranking official of the Pike County Sheriff's Office.
He would not name names, but says the evidence is now with his attorney, Chris Lozano.
I know that there are going to be repercussions. We are ready for them. If I'm getting silenced because of exposing corruption in this county, then what the hell am I doing here anyway?
Meanwhile, here's Mueller's car, the same one found running with his keys, wallet, and clothing. It's not even in evidence.
That car, the day of the disappearance, they called the mother and told the mother to come get the vehicle.
Who gave up this car?
One of the officers that is in question.
The Pike County Sheriff answered me by email saying he had no comment about the police chief's allegations or Mueller's car.
Sheriff Stephen Cordy did confirm the chief deputy in question remains working for his department. This investigation has now been taken over by Highway Patrol, with the Attorney General acting as special prosecutor. For the Fox Files, I'm
damn
cold world, right? So look. So that was the first story that I found about that shit. Let's go to the second one. Let me stop the thing. And let's pull up that other one that me and you watched not too long ago to kind of like little update. Let's see if I can find this bitch
Yeah, because this is bro that he also R-worded that lady, right?
No, this completely different. This completely different. So what this is remember when I showed you the sheriff that kept pleading the fifth?
That's right. Okay, that one. Yeah.
That one. That's what this is. So like they said,
Yeah, like why are you pleading the fifth? You know something.
Exactly. So now it said in that story that we just seen, one of the robbery suspects has a relationship with somebody in that motherfucking police department, a high-ranking official in that.
Oh shit! So this guy, see, because here's the thing: is like with you're right to plead the fifth. That that's your Fifth Amendment, or what is it? The Fifth Amendment, right? So it's your right to be like, nah, I ain't saying nothing. But how ironic is it though? Because he ain't saying nothing. They're like, okay, this guy definitely knows some shit. You know what I mean?
Man, facts, bro. And here we go right here. Them is facts.
There is a deepening mystery into a Pike County, Missouri death and alleged cover-up by law enforcement, which we've been covering for months on Fox 2.
This has now taken a dramatic turn with the sheriff at the center of the controversy, refusing to answer questions under oath. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes reveals the bombshell video deposition tonight.
In Pike County, Missouri, family of Nathaniel Mueller continues searching for answers in Nathan's mysterious disappearance and death. The Bowling Green police chief has alleged a cover-up by the sheriff's office.
It is clear that the Pike County Sheriff's Office knew of the location of Mueller's body for a month prior to the discovery of his remains.
Mueller disappeared this past December and was reportedly found dead in a pond February 28th.
Anything evolving around Nathaniel, we're not going to stop.
That's Nathaniel's godmother, Ashley Ashby, who hoped we would finally get answers in this deposition of Pike County Sheriff Stephen Cordy.
I'll go the fifth on this one.
Instead, the sheriff repeatedly declined to answer.
I want to take the fifth on this one also.
Even basic questions posed by trial attorney Mark Pedroli.
Where was Nathaniel Mueller's body found?
He took the fifth.
Was Nathaniel Mueller murdered, to your knowledge?
Here, he looked to the side at his attorney, then answered, as you will predict by now.
I'll go the fifth on this one.
I'm very disturbed.
Ashley Ashby is hearing about this for the first time, only available now by phone as she's out of town.
We definitely don't understand why it's taken so long to get answers.
The Missouri Highway Patrol is investigating, while the sheriff's major, who's accused in the cover-up, remains on duty. One of the few questions Sheriff Cordy did answer.
Is he under investigation by you?
No.
Good evening. Bowling Green's police chief outed that major in a March news conference with his attorney, Chris Lozano, at his side.
I know that there are going to be repercussions. We are ready for them.
Lozano also responded to this latest development, saying, quote, "The Fifth Amendment is a cornerstone of the judicial system, but when a non-defendant elected official takes the fifth, it should give us all pause." End quote.
I also followed up with the sheriff himself, who said it would be irresponsible to make any comments, even in a deposition, about a case being investigated by Highway Patrol. For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
That's facts too. Like, this is an open case. Don't speak about it.
But it's in his jurisdiction. It's in his jurisdiction.
Yeah, why doesn't he know about it? That is crazy.
All that shit.
There's no way he doesn't know about it.
100%, because somebody is tied to it in his motherfucking department.
That shit's crazy. Like, I mean, and see, here's the thing too. I just watched something about it was a Mexican bull on Vlad, but he was in the same unit as Perez from the Rampart shit.
Yep.
They were in the same unit. It's like the FES or something like that. But like they're called the Crash. They're called Crash. And they straight up were just like robbing fools, doing gangster shit as police.
Facts.
And like even when he got popped, he still refused to rat for a while at least, because everyone started ratting on him and anything he pleaded out and shit. But like, here's the thing. Like, this guy is an all sheriff. If you're an all sheriff, say what happened. See, he might got his hands dirty, or even just being aware of it and not reporting it when he did the correct way, when in real time. it implicates him. You know what I mean? So
he's done. He's sticking up for his peoples.
I get that part, but also this is, this is a murder here. It's crime. Is it a crime of passion? What is it? You know what I mean? Bro was like a youngster.
They said it was a robbery. So the robbery suspect has ties or a relationship to someone in the police department or in the sheriff's department. 100%. And so, you know what I mean? When they found Brad's car, they told the mama to come get the car instead of impounding the car for evidence. Why is the car here? Why was the car found running? You feel me? Yeah, they that ain't no good right there, bro. 100%.
Bullshit. I mean, this smaller town shit, man. They decide that this how they rock.
Right, and we done multiple stories about small. We did a story about a small town police department getting abolished.
Yeah, because they was literally robbing the dope boys, then redistributing said work into the streets as police, harass. Then they were also like just had a reputation for harassing everyone in that town. Then the dispatch was they had cut a hole in the wall where the dispatchers to get to the evidence room without having, so they can slip in and out without documenting.
Facts. And he OD'd.
Just getting loaded. Like this is small town shit.
Small town shit, bro.
Small town people with big dreams.
Come on now. Rest in peace to little bruh, 100%, man. All the bruh was trying to do was make it as a motherfucking fitness trainer, 100%. And he get caught up in some bullshit, and now they want to cover up because the peoples that has something to do with it
and work like in a pond. So it's like, because then like, if there was a body sitting in that water for that long too, it's gonna get all bloated and all crazy and all. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be unrecognizable. Like maybe that they were trying to destroy. Maybe destroy some type of evidence that could have been existing on them. You know what I mean? Some kind of fucking.
And they work for the police department, so they know what the fuck they doing.
Facts.
What's that punk shit, bro? 100%. The police department covered up a fucking murder, bro, because one of their peoples was involved, or the bitch that or the dude.
He was fucking on one of the police department females or something, and like. You know what I mean? And they're like, man, we're gonna rob this fool, thinking he's a big shot. Did he have a pop in YouTube or something? They say he's doing some type of content, right?
I think he was a fitness instructor. He was trying to make it as a fitness instructor.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's making a name. He's training a bunch. Maybe he's like doing like all the cops are like, some of them are like, hey man, you should check out this fitness thing and boom, and they think he's getting some money. Like I want to rob him. You know what I mean? Who knows, man? Slim always says this. Shout out to our guy Slim.
Shout out to Slim.
He always says this. He always says, man, they don't get paid enough.
It's facts.
You know what I mean? They don't pay them enough. Of course, they're gonna be doing some other shit. They'll be like, fuck, they're not gonna be able to. The hearts of men is greedy, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, bro. You know what I mean? We're living in a world powered by the almighty dollar.
Them is facts.
They ain't getting enough of it. The next thing you know, especially when you can just take some shit. They think they're above the law because they are the law. So no one's above the law.
100%, bro. Oh my mama. And we done stories about government motherfuckers taking. I mean, we just did the food stamp shit. 66 million, 70 million. And
man, how come we didn't know about that shit, man?
I mean,
we could have had a piece of that, man. I'm fucking hot about that.
That shit crazy.
Wasn't free food.
Right, 100%.
I remember somebody, who was the comedian? They're like, it was George Lopez. I forget who it was, but they're like, oh, they used to make fun of us. Oh, you got food stamps. And, oh, yeah, we're eating lobster and steak, and we're eating all of it, man.
Come on now, 100%.
You feel me? I'm like, yo, they was getting that free to the tune of 66. And the motherfuckers just getting hella cards and selling them for half the price just to make a quick buck real quick.
Oh, man, shout out to all the rallies that used to come through with them motherfuckers. 100%.
Yeah, come on, we all got to eat.
Oh my mama. Yeah. So yeah, man, it don't surprise me, about this shit, but it's just fucked up that, when you're trying to cover up a murder for somebody that's in the department, just covering up a murder, period. That's a no-go. And bruh is elected official, like you said. You don't become the head of the sheriff's just because you worked your way up. I mean, you worked your way up, but you got to get elected to that motherfucking to that position. And bro was like, for a non-defendant as an elected official to plead the fifth, that lets you know it's some bullshit, bro.
That is crazy. He did make a strong point at the end, though. He said it's just really reckless to talk about some shit. But this is even in just the depot, even if he's not being, he's not a suspect or allegedly involved, but this definitely raises a red flag when you're not willing to cooperate like that, and you are the sheriff.
And he's still on the clock.
Sheriff on the clock.
On the clock still, pleading the fifth.
He over there with the mayor's, all the mayor's charity events and shit. And, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. He's up there.
Let me find the next one, bro. What was the next one? Oh, the farmers. Let's get on this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You was telling me about this one.
It just shows you how weird California is. Shout out to all my motherfuckers that's out there in the Central Valley doing what they do, making all the fruits and vegetables and all the nuts and berries and shit like that. Pause. Making
all of it.
Oh, my mama. Let's get into this shit right here, man. California, hella weird.
California farmers are fuming over not being allowed to use new technology that they say could help lower your cost at the grocery store. Tonight, senior investigative reporter Bogard continues our series, No One at the Wheel.
Robots are sprouting up across America's farmlands. Tree shakers now collect nuts faster than any human picker ever could. Self-driving mini machines prep soil for future crops. And yeah, some robots even fire lasers. Their target? Unwanted weeds.
The stuff that's not fun to do, that's going to start to go away.
Larry Jacobs has been farming in California for 40 years, growing everything from thyme to tomatoes. His farmhands include 60 people and 8 robots that help spread fertilizer and flame fields to get rid of pesky insects.
Our biggest problem is labor.
You can't find enough people to hire.
It's challenging to get enough people to get all the work done. It really is. Because if we don't have people to pick the crops, your cost of apples are going to go up, your cost of tomatoes are going to go up, all our food costs are going to go up, and that's only going to get worse.
The federal government predicts more than 88,000 farming positions will go unfilled every year through the next decade. And farmers aren't getting any younger, with the average age now nearly 60, the oldest the industry has ever seen. While the technology already exists to allow farming equipment to run all on its own, Jacobs still has to use his own staff to man the controls. Because here in Watsonville and all throughout California, state law in nearly all cases prohibits the use of autonomous tech in agriculture.
It needs a rewrite. It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy.
Just about 80 miles north in tech-savvy San Francisco, driverless cars have had permission to navigate busy roadways across the city for 6 years, cruising through school zones and crosswalks without anyone in the driver's seat.
But legally, I can't have an autonomous piece of farm equipment on a field, and I have to have an operator close by to be able to hit a stop switch on it.
Even though there's no one walking or driving in this field.
There's nothing for the robots to run into. It doesn't make any sense.
When it comes to farming equipment, California safety regulations say an operator must be stationed at the controls, with few exceptions. That law was written nearly 50 years ago, long before autonomous tech was developed.
While the original intention wasn't to ban new technology, that's essentially what's happening. These advancements were largely developed in California, but farmers here legally can't benefit from them.
Even though California produces more than 40% of the country's vegetables and nearly 70% of the nation's fruits and nuts.
The tractor can tell where the trees are.
Agino Cafiero is an engineer with one of the biggest names in agriculture, John Deere. The company has developed an entire line of autonomous agriculture equipment, including a lawnmower, heavy-duty hauler, and its signature tractor that can spray pesticides all on its own, so people don't have to.
So you can turn it on and off with just a click.
That's right. Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Could this revolutionize farming?
Without a doubt.
You're convinced?
It already is.
John Deere's autonomous tractors are being used by farmers in 11 states, but not California. The company says it will hold off on actually selling its self-driving tools here because of California's current restrictions.
And I think we need to be part of the solution rather than wait for the outcome.
When another farming equipment company formally asked the state to change its regulations, a government panel rejected the idea, citing safety concerns.
Technology fails all the time.
The state pledged to form a task force to study the issue, but roughly 3 years later, that committee hasn't issued any recommendations. Deborah Lee heads the agency responsible for California's safety regulations and declined our repeated interview requests.
Does any of this make sense to you?
It doesn't, and it's sad.
Assemblyman Juan Alanis represents parts of California's Central Valley, one of the most prolific agricultural regions in the world. He says he now plans to talk to his fellow lawmakers to craft new legislation that would lift the ban and allow farmers to utilize a similar kind of autonomous tech that driverless car companies have been harnessing for years.
The longer that we wait or we sit on our hands, we're going to have other states, other countries that are going to move forward with us just because we're stubborn.
For Larry Jacobs, this isn't just about convenience. It's about planting seeds for the next generation.
The crops are getting left in the fields because people don't have enough labor to get it done.
You're worried about the future of farming.
Yes. But the good news is, I think the technology is happening fast enough. It's helping us resolve these problems now.
That is, if lawmakers plow ahead with the new tools. As any farmer will tell you, you reap what you sow. GuchinniJD.
Nice little pun to end it right there.
Cold world. We got Johnny in the building. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Johnny? See, here's the crazy thing, right? It's like, so like we obviously try to fucking our best get rid of the immigrants, right? That's essentially what the government is trying to do, right? But like California, you're not gonna just do that, right? And like all these farm hands, like they that's cheap labor. Like these, and I hate to say it, I mean, you're gonna get all these robots to do it. California, like why? But here's another thing: why do they have the restrictions? Like out of all the states, I would imagine California would be on this autonomous shit. But maybe
that's because they can't tax the robots.
There it is, right there.
That shit crazy. They, the Waymo and shit like that, they gotta pay for that shit. You feel me? Because they getting passengers. So they every ride they get, they gotta pay California because they get rides and shit like that. You know what I mean? They said they had the driverless shit for the last 6 years. You feel me?
They're gonna have
they gotta pay for every ride and shit like that. But for these motherfuckers that's out here farming, the motherfuckers that's not picking the shit like that, they not paying state and federal taxes because they employees. You feel me? These robots, you gonna pay 150 bands for these motherfuckers, but yet you not paying taxes because this is a motherfucker that's doing the job. You know what I mean?
So you're telling me they're gonna have the robot union?
Right, that's what it is, bro. 100%.
The robot's talking about, I need to get my money, my robot money. I gotta get, it costs to get these upgrades.
I mean, we just did the other story about the motherfucking the dude that made the Oculus. He trying to make weapons from the remote control and shit. You feel me?
You want to know what's even crazier, bro? What they're doing with these satellites, bro.
Talk about it.
So like, with all these countries, all of us, we all got shit flying around up there in our orbit, right? And I'm talking about like we got some shit, like America, right? We got some shit where like it's a pin, right? That's the size of like maybe like a couple meters, right? And like this thing, the satellite, it's above, like a little higher in the orbit, and it's traveling just as fast as the Earth is, right? So it keeps up with it. So if you're looking at it at Earth, it just looks like a star. It doesn't look like it's moving. You know what I mean?
Oh
But
wow.
see, at any given moment, if it has a coordinate, it could drop this meter at that speed. And this is not even an explosive, but that shit will go Mach 8. But by the time it gets through an atmosphere, it gets to like Mach 4. And whatever it hits, it's gonna fucking destroy.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like we got all kind of shit, man.
Right.
Like this is not even nukes. And we even got shit up there. I'm pretty sure we got some shit up there that has some nukes too, I'm sure.
Well, they going up there to go start mining. So I heard that one of the reasons why they want to go up there is to start seeing if they got the gold, the silver, the platinum, all that other, all the the precious metals, to see if they got that shit up there.
That's where it's all at in the Kuiper Belt. They got all the fucking everything over there is chucked full of platinum and gold and all this shit, bro.
Oh, you see that shit too, huh?
Huh?
You seen that shit too, huh?
This is just facts. Like, so they see, before it used to just be theory. Now they're probably now I'm sure, because I saw this shit like on a History Channel like fucking probably like over 10 years ago. So I'm pretty sure.
Aliens?
Huh?
Ancient aliens?
Yep, where they talking about like that they could use that as like refueling shit, refueling stations, because you got all kind of water and hydrogen and everything you can imagine in them comets and the meteors and asteroids or whatever the fuck you call it. Hey, what you doing over there, Mimi?
You know what else I just seen about that shit, bro? Is why is our moon and the Earth the same size? And them other planets, they moons be hella little.
Yeah, it's like a quarter. The moon's like a quarter of the Earth or something like that. When all other moons are usually like a fraction of the size of the planet they're orbiting.
Oh my mama, that shit crazy too.
Well, they see, but there is like ancient, like the lizard. Okay, whatever they call the lizard people. Their ancient like prophecy or the ancient mythos is that they talk about a time before the moon was in the sky. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then the moon came, and then all the freaking the waters and everything. Like I'm definitely butchering but then there's also the hollow earth theory and the hollow moon theory, and like how so this is what we did. We had dropped something on the moon. So like we had one of those little rovers, and when we dropped it, it reverberated the moon like a bell, and our sensors on the moon picked it up for like in a 20-mile radius type of shit. You know what I mean? So we're like, yo, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Right. And then like when they do like deep cores or like deep samples, like core samples type of shit, some of that shit on the top is older than some of the stuff deep down in there. That's weird.
The shit that's higher up is older than what's down in the middle.
Yeah. So like for example, like the moon don't got an atmosphere. The moon don't got an atmosphere, so shit could just be flying, hitting the moon all day like that, right? So like it can make sense that there's older stuff on the top, but like why when you go super deep, like what I mean, like if the moon's supposed to be there from the dawn. See, this is the original. Well, one of the original theories is like we had two Earths basically, and then they're orbiting each other, and then they basically over time they get, and then they collide, and then some of the bits formed and now became the moon. This is one of the theories, but like what I mean, like the hollow moon shit is like it's kind of crazy, bro. And like how come the moon doesn't rotate too? It just stays. It just faces us how it faces us, right? So the dark side of the moon got some shit over there too. Like this is all alleged, but like there's some shit. If Johnny's still out there, he knows what I'm talking about. The Y files is badass. Like it's only been out for like maybe the last 4 or 5 years, so maybe even less than that. But the Y files.
Hey, that's crazy that you just spoke about the Y files, because I was just watching him and Rogan. So I was just watching him on Rogan. They was talking about the Grand Canyon. Certain parts of the Grand Canyon is protected by the federal government because they don't want nobody to go up in that bitch.
But this in collaboration with the Smithsonian.
100%. And Trump just fired the head of the Smithsonian. On my mama, yeah, on everything. Cause it's this dude, I forgot his name. This is like in 1910 or some shit. Bruh, before the president, I forgot the president name that was finna label this shit as a state park and you can't touch this bitch. Bruh took the boat and he started going down the Colorado River, right? And the motherfucker found some shit to go up into the, little tunnels and shit in the Grand Canyon. And this motherfucker found mummies and all types of shit in that motherfucker.
All kind of hieroglyphics and shit that don't quite look Egyptian, but like, see, here's the things, because they could have came through. Here's the thing, man. There's a whole. This is a legend, but it's called. This is another rabbit hole, and I hate that there's not too many that are just based on this, but it's called Agartha, right? It's basically the underground world of Agartha. They say the underground city of Agartha, but like this is like they have entryways everywhere. So they even say Mount Shasta is one of them. You know what I'm saying? They say
that's what a volcano is in Mount Shasta.
Listen, they say there's entryways that like there's.
But is that a volcano?
And there's underground cabins and all, and that shit stretches. I'm talking about even all the way to Alaska, bro. Not Alaska, Antarctica.
That's crazy.
The wheel's broken, baby. Please don't drive the car. The wheel's broken.
What's up, Crooked?
What up, Crook? Yeah, and so like they, people that they know Hitler was a crazy person, obviously, right? But this dude, he was trying to find this master race called and they had the swastika signs. That's where he got the little swastika sign from, right? But it was like, and these motherfuckers, they flew in saucers, all the shit, and they had like they were the tall whites, is what they usually categorize them as. So they're like the aliens, but they look like humans, but they're dummy tall. They got the long blonde hair and the flaming blue eyes, and they fly the saucers. But like they're all up in Antarctica, and like there's just certain areas that you can't go till this day, or like Google Earth, you can't. They don't want to let you know what I mean. It'll be like one image.
Hey, did you see that shit that I sent you about the Catalina Island about the giants?
Yep.
They found actual bones of 7-8 foot people on the Catalina Islands.
See, and that's you know what's crazy is because this is the Nephilim, bro. This is like that's what they do. That's what they call the Nephilim in the Old Testament. So this is some shit because the Nephilim, they're the offspring of the angels of God. So God had all these angels, right? And then they want to do bad things. You know what I'm saying? Right? So God's like, I ain't having that. So they all go to Earth, and then they start doing bad things. They start fucking on the women, and then this is their offspring. You know what I mean? It was the Nephilim. So like when the David and Goliath shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Goliath was a Nephilim. You know what I'm saying? It's just a giant, and then they consumed so much so that like even at one point they had to get rid of all the Nephilim. And like, and this is in the Old Testament version, right? So then that's where you have the Great Flood and all this shit, right? Enoch gets taken up by God Himself, which is crazy because in all the Bible, all the shit's it's all the third person, right? Like, and God walked or Jesus walked, Matthew verse 13 or whatever the fuck, right? Enoch was one of the only guys like God came through, took me up there, right? And he said when he was up in this motherfucker, he said this heaven was like it was a city that floated above earth, right? And he said when he was in the halls of heaven, and then there's many layers in heaven, right? And many levels. And he said the first level there's many halls covered in jewels and lights. Sounds like a fucking alien ship to me, bro. You know what I mean?
Do you remember a couple years ago where they found they got the video of the 8 foot tall motherfucker like in Brazil or somebody, and then in Florida they said that it was some motherfuckers that was like 8 feet tall, and you seen the whole police department attack them all, bro. Like the whole no exaggeration, the whole police department in Florida and Brazil, like in the same year, they see like 8 feet tall motherfuckers.
Damn. I mean,
that was like a couple years ago.
when you look at all the Native American or the indigenous people, which pardon me, I'm not to be insensitive, but like all the different tribes and shit, when they all have like the Olmecs, right? The Olmecs, these are some tribal folks, but the dudes that they was getting laced up from, that they made all the statues that look like them and shit, they look like brothers, bro. Like the one, and they look like they wearing the helmets, and they hella giant. Compared to them, it look like just like the faces that they put on some of them on the Sphinx and shit like that.
Yeah, so I just seen something about that on Rogan, as well as where Brett was vouching for the shit in Mexico, that some of the motherfuckers that look like, they got them headstones and shit. Some of them motherfuckers do have facial features and shit as motherfuckers from Africa, in Mexico.
Exactly, and and there's the Anunnakis, right? The Anunnakis, those are the ones that are always described like that. And these are the ones that, when you hear the rappers talk about Anunnakis and Elohim and all that, remember Joe Budden, he was like, man, you can't hear a New York rapper without talking about the Elohim.
Come on now. I mean,
but he was being sarcastic, but because, it became part of people's zeitgeist. The first time I ever heard about the Anunnaki was probably 2010. I started going down a rabbit hole, oh shit, this is in the Bible, that when they refer to God, this is the Anunnakis. It's not just one God, but see, somewhere along the way, they figured out it's easier to control people when you make them monotheists. One God. But that also came from Amon-Ra. You know what I'm saying? There was An-Keel and Amon-Ra, and then there was Thoth. There was all these different ones, but Amon-Ra, he was the bad one. You know what I mean? He ruled over the Egyptians after the flood. You know what I'm saying? And he was the one making everyone dig for the gold and all that shit before the flood. You know what I mean? And he was like, look, you know what I mean? Every time you say something, you say my name, Aman. What do we say after everything? Right?
Amen.
Come on. It's kind of crazy, right? There's
that's some deep stuff right there.
An-Keel was the snake. The kid has laced me up on this one because kid is he went.
Shout out to Gang Green.
Yeah, he's very versed on all the different religions and shit, just because he was just interested in shit, just trying to find out if it's a crock or not. You know what I mean? So he has a solid take, even if his take is his own. He was like, yo, An-Keel, that's in the Bible, that's in the Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? And the snake and all that. You know what I mean? The deception and all that. That's An-Keel. You know what I'm saying? So they just even when they say so the lizard people and all this shit, that's another rabbit hole to go down. But they say lizard people say that us humans were the seventh version of us. You know what I mean? And when you go to the Adam and Eve story, when Adam and Eve fucks up and they kick them out, they go, oh, they're gonna kill us out there. And they're, oh, you know what I'm saying? They weren't the first. You know what I mean? They were just the first of this kind. You know, of this iteration.
Chase said, one thing I know for sure, we haven't been told the whole truth. Them is facts, bro.
And it's definitely I was raised Catholic all my life, and I thought that was I always questioned hella shit. But once I got deep into psychedelics, and especially when I got my hands on some 5-MeO DMT for back in I want to say it was 2012 to 2016, because I just had a shitload of this shit. It just fell upon me. It was just I was blessed with it. You know what I mean? Let's just leave it at that. Because at the time too, it's the most illegal. It was told to me this is one of the most illegal substances to have. It's whoa. But it was but why? Because they don't want a bunch of people freeing their mind and really being able to see the truth. And here's another thing too, is I always felt we're all on wavelengths. You know what I mean? This is facts. We're all on wavelengths. And most people that are on the massive wavelength are the dumbasses. So you know what I mean? It was and it just goes for whatever the ideology may be. You know what I'm saying? Hey, some people won't even get off playing standard and on fantasy football on Yahoo. It's just all they know. You can't tell them anything. It'd be the same thing with some people that were raised with a certain religion. You know what I mean? That one hit home, right? Because some motherfuckers just wouldn't even leave Yahoo.
Facts. Oh my mama. You know what though, bro? When you was talking about the medicine,
we stopped doing that 10 years ago.
When you was talking about the medicine, that's crazy, because I just watched some shit with Graham Hancock on Joe, and They was talking about the fucking ayahuasca and how the people from back in the days, when they would get on there, they would start writing out what they were seeing. 100%. That shit, that medicine that you've been talking about, and like the ayahuasca shit, that shit ain't nothing new. That shit been around for thousands of fucking years, bro.
Yeah, for real. The 5-MeO-DMT, right? That's so they synthetically make it just like they make anything else. But then it originally comes from the I think it's the southern bullfarian toad. Am I saying that right? Anyways, this is in America. So that means that this motherfucker's been around for a long time. That way, even that back in the day, someone was like, yo, let's go get that bullfrog that we be fucking with.
We need that.
It's venom out of its shit. Let's go scrape that shit off and smoke it. Right? Like,
come on now.
Who thought of that first? Right?
Real talk.
Or like, how about this? So what was brother's name? Graham Hancock, right? I love Graham Hancock because like he's not even a journalist, so to speak, or he is a journalist, I should say. He's not an anthropologist or any, he's not he doesn't wear one of those hats in that shit. But he searches everything like a journalist would. And then there's like, so I really dig his perspective. Then there's also guys like rest in peace Terrence McKenna, right? This dude was insane because his ideologies on psychedelics and like the evolution, like it's called the stone monkey theory. But I bring up Graham Hancock because he subscribes to this theory as well, right? So, but the stone monkey theory is that like, you know what I'm saying, back, you know, we went through at one point like a crazy jump in our brain size. So the theory is, and the theory I subscribe to mostly is that, yeah, we got fucked with by something outside the Anunnakis or something like that. And they just whipped us up, you know what I mean? Cooked that good dope up and bam, you know what I mean? Here we are.
They cooked that good dope up.
Yeah, because, you know what I'm saying? Then they had to go and re-rock it. Because, you know what I'm saying? A couple times over, it wasn't him. But imagine if you're an
only on the GWN.
Like, think about this. If you're a high level intelligence and you've been around for a millennia or maybe even more, like your species, like not even a millennia, you've been around for like trillions of years at this point or something, wherever the fuck, since the dawn of fucking the universe, right? Like you could do things from afar. So like, for example, like, okay, look at these primates running around. All right, we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle some little fucking psilocybin spores in the atmosphere, because then the moment the climates start to change, and now the primates start to come up out of the rainforest, and it's more grasslands, and now they're flipping the patties over. You know what I'm saying? The cow shit, they're flipping the patties over, and they're eating the grubs underneath, unknowingly eating psilocybin mushrooms. You know what I mean? And then now they're microdosing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, microdosing instead of when you're tripping. That's sensory overload. When you eat a lot of mushrooms, you're gonna be tripping. When you eat a little bit here and there, your focus is more acute. You know what I mean? So now you might even start thinking a certain way. Like you're like, instead of climbing in a tree and getting the bananas and then all the other fruits and other shit that we grab out the trees, man, fuck it, man. Hey, look at this fucking rock right here. Blah. You know what I mean? And then now the idea of the throwing motion, because then this leads to tools now, and this leads to other things. And now like they're eating the mushrooms, and it makes you motherfucking horny as a motherfucker. You aroused now all day, so they fucking all day every day. Boom. Now they're breeding in
they're
masses.
multiplying.
They're multiplying, and then they're going like this too. Now they start saying, "Hey, that little motherfucker look like me. That's my little motherfucker." You know what I mean?
I'm that baby's pappy.
Yeah, and I'm the baby's pappy. Now you have little families now. And then it's like, we have a little village now. And then you start saying, hey, look at them motherfuckers over there with their village and their families and all that shit. And they coming in on our food. Fuck them. And then next thing you know what I'm saying? Now you have the Neanderthal men versus the, you know what I'm saying, versus Cro-Magnon man or whatever the fuck came first. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is all over the course of fucking, you know, a million years or something. You know what I mean? And you can just play the long, if you're that crazy mad scientist that has that time on your hands, a million years if you've been around since the dawn of creation, that's a blip in time. So you'd be like, bam, let's go see what this do. You know what I mean? And the shrooms, so imagine that too. Motherfucker, you got the one grandmaster now, the grandmaster primate. He eat all of them. You know what I mean? And he's talking to something greater. You know what I mean? That's telling him shit. You know what I mean? Telling him, hey, look, you can throw that rock and knock that shit clean out the motherfucking tree. You know what I mean?
But you know what's so federal too, though? It's like that thermal shit about the pyramids, right? You know what I mean? How they talking about they can see up under that shit.
Those dimensions are in the Bible. The hall of Acacia. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but that hall that they discovered, that's the exact dimensions that's described in not only the Bible, but also like the 12 emerald tablets of Thoth, and also like other Greek mythologies. Like they've talked about this grand hall. And they, you know, they measured in cubits, I think is what it's called. That's their little measurement.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And everything is the same exact, but they won't let, and the government, the Egyptian government, and I'm pretty sure the Smithsonian, all that shit, they're, you know, but they're letting Graham Hancock back in that motherfucker. Aaron Rodgers said he's going to go with this, bro.
And you know what else too? They've been flying over the motherfucking rainforest and finding shit because of that thermal shit too, though. Other motherfucking civilizations and shit like that. I was watching Graham. He said that they found shit uplifted like type shit protected by the rainforest that stands so many feet tall, but it's a fucking mile long.
Where's this one at?
In the fucking rainforest, in one of them fucking rainforests in Central America and South America.
Oh yeah, because they started doing. See, here's the thing. They got
thermal shit.
They've been had the LiDAR shit, but you gotta find
LiDAR. That's right.
You gotta find like an eccentric billionaire that just has like all this money to throw around, because that's the only thing. It's like it's expensive, and so no one has like successfully mapped out the entirety of the Amazon. But every time they start going into these little areas, they find this shit. They got it's proof of cities that held millions. Like when you think of China, they got cities that have 20 million, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? The 100%. Amazon had joints that could write, but not 20 million, like a bunch of them, but they had cities that had millions. You know what I mean? Yes. You want to miss
facts?
We're gonna go to a jumping place for your birthday, okay? You just gotta be patient, okay? We're waiting for your brother's at the dentist, okay? And then when
motherfucking eye, I got this fucking sty on my eye. It's killing me, bro.
You gotta hit him off with that with the warm cloth.
Yeah, I've been hitting it with that too, bro. When I go to sleep, before I go to sleep too. This shit, bro. Oh my mama.
What?
But yeah, man, that I'm gonna sing you that shit that I was just watching though. That had me in the studio last night for a long time when I was watching that shit about the fucking the LiDAR shit in the rainforest. Oh my mama. You got anything going out on the farming stuff about they can't have Ubers in farming?
Yeah, because then eventually they're gonna figure out a way to get the robots in there, and then like a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs and they're gonna complain. But it's like, hey, though, but the irony is like the ones who work those jobs are usually the immigrants, and even if they're not illegal, they're usually the minorities and the immigrants that are doing those jobs. You know what I mean? Because they're willing to be paid, you know, minimal, and you know what I mean. So it's like, you know, and you know, the reason why they hire these people is because they're trying to save some money. So like eventually they're going to figure out a way to just completely to remove all those restrictions, and they're going to get them things in there, bro, because it's going to be more. It could be more efficient as far as time goes, and that's all this really is. That, you know what I mean? Like so they say, you reap what you sow. Like if you have a bad crop, but you're gonna suffer it. You know what I mean, for a season.
And one of the owners of the farm, he said them jobs is starting to be hard to fill. You know what I mean? And them is low, like you said, they low paying jobs, and it's grueling days, because you know Central Valley is kind of like where we at. We ain't too far from the Central Valley, and it get hotter than a mug. You know what I mean? Ain't too many motherfuckers want them jobs like that. 100%, especially if it ain't paying $25-$30 an hour, which I highly doubt that they is paying them type of them wages. So yeah. You know what I mean? And you know, 40% of vegetables for the whole nation come from us, and then 70% of fruits and nuts come from us. Pause for the nation.
Hey, they better not let that big earthquake hit, and then California becomes their own island thing, right? Because then now it's imported now.
It's Hawaii prices.
Yeah. Y'all better make sure Kelly stays up. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Don't you try to put harp on us.
Them is facts, bro.
If Crick's still out there, we got to tell Crick to look out for some Arizona, some border areas. We're going to buy some cheap property right now before it becomes beachfronts.
I'm on my way before it come beachfront. Oh, everything.
We're going to invest in something.
Come on now. Oh, everything. Let the people know where they can find you at, big bro.
I'm very elusive, but you can find me on the Gen Wealth Net _ all one word on Instagram, and Gen Wealth Net on YouTube, and anywhere you consume your music. Bogard scot-free. Got some new. It's fucking dope. Just wait on it.
Talk about it.
Just wait on it.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Let's get it, bro.
Right now, it was lagging. It's like because I'm trying to get the visuals together. You know what I mean?
Let's get it.
Yeah, we're gonna get some visuals together. But I do rule the summer, so it's coming soon.
We right around the corner, man. Make sure
The
y'all
summer
be on the
will be
lookout.
mine again.
Let's go this summer. Come on now. Hey, man, the summer is when we come out to play. Them is facts, 100%. And them tunes that you be slapping, man, 100%. Them make memories for the summer that you do have. So Big Bruh said he coming out with some shit for this summer, man, 100%, man. Yeah. Oh, my mama. We got our main man, Slim Boogie Vision 45 at Instagram and from a fan's perspective on YouTube. For my Heart to Star dogs, 100%. For my Jim Wealth dogs, for my Chicago Clubhouse dogs, the Stay Tuned Live family and the motherfucking Ignorant Thinkers podcast, man. We'll be back tomorrow in the morning for Wake Your Game Up. 100%, man. Make sure y'all get locked into what we got going on, man. Until tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all be blessed. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there. Good looking for pulling up on us this morning or this afternoon. 100% orange juice and a blunt for brunch. You know what it is. I got a little bit of a stogie in my track 7, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, man.
Track 7s them things is hot commodities now.
Come on, them is facts, bro. You ain't never lied.
You're drinking an endangered species right now.
Oh, my mama, straight collector's items.
Baller shit. That's what we do.
My mama.
They don't even make this no more.
Come on now. Oh, everything. Them is facts. We gonna see y'all in the morning, man. We be back.
Peace.
I said, who that? Act like you knew that. Bogard rock, Papa's got a brand new bag. Living in the city, sorta kinda like New Jack. When the night fall, we gon' ball, throwing blue racks. Hey, fuck is wrong with you? You can't play with me. I make the product move, the game is made for me. Finna charge it to the game, shit ain't for free. Take the chip home, ready to parade for me. Hey, make my presence felt, there's no denying me. Yeah, I know I'm the shit, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. School of hard knocks, check my degree. Do the math, it don't add up for you, tryna minus me, yeah. I take flight, and no one flies me. I ain't polite, still ain't nobody nice as me, yeah. Provide my seeds with the finer things. The irony, the pharmacist had to provide the streets, yeah. The arsonist, burn it up 108 degrees, yeah. We live them like the suckers make believe. They can't believe we on the grind 8 days a week. Wood full of dead out.